An important aspect of managing incidents includes the need to classify each incident based on its category, the impact, and the priority. Let's take a look at these. To begin with, let's take a look at incident categories. Categories are established to provide clarity regarding the area of the business and technology that's being impacted. This information enables the help desk to address the issue directly or route the issue to the appropriate response team. Many organizations will create a category and subcategory hierarchy to provide important details regarding the nature of the incident. For example, here are some of the incident categories that were created for MuseLayer Productions. At MuseLayer, they also have another layer of subcategories under these that create more granular detail. So for example, in the software operating system subcategory, they also have Windows 7 as a subcategory, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Red Hat Linux, because those represent all of the different operating systems that are in use within MuseLayer Productions. Now we're going to take a look at incident priorities, impacts, and urgency. The priority of an incident is oftentimes determined by looking at two different attributes of the incident. The first attribute is the impact that the incident has on the environment, and the other attribute is the urgency. How quickly does the organization need this incident resolved? Let's take a look at how they work together to create priority. Impact is used to assess the extent to which the incident has progressed and the potential damage caused prior to resolution. So if you take a look at this table, you're going to see that three impact categories have been identified: high, medium, and low. And if you take a look under the criteria column, you'll see what MuseLayer Productions use to identify whether something is considered to be high, medium, or low. If you want to pause the video for a moment and read through these, feel free to do so. They're just good examples. They're not the definitive list, but they're just the things that MuseLayer has chosen to use. And like I mentioned, urgency is used to assess how quickly the incident must be resolved based on business needs. And once again, we have three urgency categories of high, medium, and low, and we have the criteria by which MuseLayer has identified what they consider to be high, medium, or low. So again, if you want to pause the video and take a look at these descriptions, feel free to do that. Now, based on the impact and the urgency, a matrix can be used to calculate the priority of the incident. And at MuseLayer Productions, they have a 5-tier priority mechanism. They have from 1, which is the highest, to 5, which is the lowest. And you'll see that they have impact and urgency and the high, medium, low categories of each of those. And then based on how the incident was ranked, they can look on the matrix and determine what priority it has. Now, the value of prioritizing an incident is what if you're fighting multiple incidents at the same time. You don't want your people working on a low one when there's a high one that really needs everybody's attention. So the priority is going to help drive who should be focusing on what incidents in what order. One of the other benefits of establishing an incident priority is that target response times and target recovery times can be firmly established. So if you take a look at this chart, you'll see that MuseLayer Productions has 5 levels, 1 through 5, and they've given a description to those 5 levels, being number 1 is critical, 2 is high, 3 is medium, 4 is low, and 5 is very low. Now, what you can drive from these priorities is target response times. That's how long it should take before somebody actually starts to look at the incident. So for critical, you want somebody looking at it immediately, but a high, you might be able to wait for up to 30 minutes before you start working the problem. Target resolution times is how long before the incident is resolved, before everything is fixed and back to normal.